Good morning, everyone. It is currently about 2:30 a.m. in the morning, August 15th, 2020. I am currently recording at this hour because number one, I am editing this very video actually, and number two, I am a shopkeep owner by day and a husband and father at night. So I don't between those two places, I don't really get time to record stuff like this for you. So without further ado, as I speak, I'm actually going to play the very video that I've edited for you guys, which is going to be made up of videos and photos that we've taken over the last 5 years. And so you guys can see where we started and how far we've come. So without further ado, so guys, as I mentioned, Gamers Heaven started, opened up 5 years ago today, but the idea of Gamers Heaven actually started back when I was in college. And before I continue there, I thought, I've done a couple takes already, and instead of going over the details, because honestly I can go on hours and hours about how each year went and all the ups and downs and everything, but I want to just focus on all the good stuff that's come in the last 5 years, because what a journey it's been. I started Gamers Heaven. The idea of Gamers Heaven came to be when I studied abroad in Asia when I was in college, and that's a lifetime ago at this point. But the thing is, my whole thing was when I came back to the States, I never got to experience again what I had felt when I was in Japan and Korea, and how the nerd culture and the gaming culture was. And the only place remotely close to where I could experience that and be with like-minded people were the conventions, because the local game stores at the time and the LAN centers that existed across the area, they were focused on their respective games. You got your board game shops, you have your card shops, you have your hobby shops, and then you have your LAN centers and everything. But there was just never a unifying theme or group of people and everything. It was just never quite what I was looking for. And after years of just looking and waiting, I had an opportunity to give it a whirl. At the time, I wasn't married yet. I had a decent amount in my 401k and the amount of money saved up, and career-wise, I could take the risk now, give it a try, and if it didn't work out, at least I have something to fall back onto. And if anything, now in my mind, knowing that I have my family now, I probably wouldn't have done this if I had waited. But I'm glad I did, because in the last 5 years, through the long hours, days, all the sacrifices that have been made between me, my wife, my family, even my children, because even to this day, guys, I see you more than I see my own family, and that's with any other small business and like that. And to be honest, guys, while I may have regrets, and there were definitely a lot of downs in the last 5 years, I don't take any of it back. I wouldn't, because it's been an incredible journey up till now. And it's, for those of you who have spoken to me, that's actually quite kind of difficult for me to say, but it's true though. All the stuff that I've learned, all the people that I've met, all the experiences that I've gotten to have, whether good or bad, if it wasn't for all of that, Gamers Heaven wouldn't be where it is now. And the thing is, I know a lot of people may disagree with the direction that we have gone currently. Part of it's due to COVID. Obviously, COVID has forced a lot of changes, not just, outside of us, but for a lot of people. But also, too, I thank COVID. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but the reason why I thank for the last few months to happen is because it's really forced me to look back at the business wholeheartedly. Where have we come in the last 5 years? What has happened, and was it worth it? And where are we going? Because looking back, and I'm watching this video as I'm talking, guys, I definitely admit that. Like, I, it's not that, it definitely hasn't been a straight path. I'll put it that way. But I've definitely strayed um, from my original plan here and there, and quite frequently, because every time a new group of people came, a new group of nerds and otaku and gamers, I did my best to try to cater to everyone, and I won't go into long descriptions of that, but I've said it before in my last video. Just I was so busy trying to cater to everyone that I lost sight of my core vision, and the thing is, that was harder for me to say and admit than anything. And not to say that, all the stuff that I did up till now was pointless and bad and everything like that. It was necessary steps to discover where I was trying to go. Because the thing is, there was no model or template for the place I'm trying to build. And I know a lot of people constantly, even to this day, try to figure out, it's just like, what is this? What are you? And the thing is, and I always say it, we're not trying to be the best carp shop. We're not trying to be the best hobby store. We're not trying to be the best esports LAN center. Any of those things. Other people are already doing those things. Other people are already masters of their craft and everything. So I'm not trying to recreate that. And my whole thing was to try to recreate what I experienced in Asia and Japan. And not just the physical locations, but the sense of community, the sense of belonging, and just being able to be me, enjoy myself, and be able to make a living too. It's really hard to describe, because like, unless you go there and see and experience it for yourself, it's really hard for me to describe. It's just like the quick metaphor. It's like, why do people who ride motorcycles love riding? And the thing is, it's something that you just have to experience yourself. But the thing is, a lot of people can't afford to go to Asia, especially now, and if I'm able to bring even an ounce of that here, and be able to give that home to the community here, I think I've done my job. And ultimately, it comes back to you guys. This all wouldn't have happened without you. A lot of people come to me saying that, oh, you must be so thankful that, you got to build your dream, and you get to run a game store and everything. You must have it made easy. And it's just like, no. A lot of people say that, it's like, it is true that I'm thankful to the community for their constant support of the store and the love of the store. But it's not that you guys kept my dream alive. You've kept mine, yours, and many others, and people who have yet to discover Gamers Heaven's dream alive. Because while many people may not see the value of what Gamers Heaven brings, there are the people out there who have yet to find Gamers Heaven. And I mean that more of a metaphor than, figuratively, guys. And especially more recently, after, during COVID, and just looking back at who I was building Gamers Heaven for, it just reminded me to get back on the right path. And again, guys, I can't thank you enough for the last 5 years. The people I've met, the friends that have been made. Yes, there have been people that have come and gone, but ultimately, though, a lot of you have become my extended family. Those of you, you know who you are. Some of you were actually, you got to see my son you saw my son before my even own family, my actual family members got to see him. Some of you have come to our baby showers, my son's birthday parties. You guys have become really close. And I honestly would not trade the last 5 years for anything. And for those of you who know about the struggles that we've been through, I know that's kind of crazy for me to say, but again, I think I've already mentioned it. If it wasn't for all of this, I would not be the person I am today. This Gamers Heaven would not be where it is at right now, going into the rest of 2020, and then now being prepared for the next 5 years and beyond. A lot of people have questioned me on why I've constantly renovated and changed the store up till now. Why is it that I'm not complacent with what I've built, especially when a lot of people are like, hey, you should leave it as it is. This is perfect. But it's not. Until I achieve my goal, my crazy goal of trying to bring Japan to America, it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to end. And it's going to be in that pursuit of perfection that's either going to make or break me. We'll find out. But I know that a lot of these changes that have happened in the last few months, especially, mainly due to COVID, a lot of people forget that there's a pandemic going on, and many businesses have been forced to adapt and change. But for us, we took this opportunity not to just adapt and move along with it, but to also prepare ourselves for the next 5 years again. The thing is, I definitely did not know any of the things that happened in the last 5 years were going to happen, especially this year. Oh my God, this year. And before I forget to mention, it's been wonderful the last 5 years, seeing all the friendships, relationships, all the different groups that have formed within the Gamers Heaven community, as well as seeing all of you grow up, between all the high schoolers that went to college and have graduated, just seeing just all the changes that have happened in everyone's lives, and the fact that a lot of you have been willing to share that with me and stuff. So it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know all of you. And lastly, guys, I do want to apologize, because I know in the last 5 years I haven't been perfect, and no one is, but I've definitely made my share of mistakes. I've trusted the wrong people, and there were times, even most recently, where I just wanted to even give up, because everything caught up with me, whether it's finances, personal stress, family, just everything. And I apologize for that, because I always come full circle, but it feels like I'm giving up on you. And I've discussed this before, but again, I built this place to ultimately to be a home for you. Now, it may not be for all of you, but I know that a lot of us really could have used a place like this growing up. And what this place is, it's still evolving and changing. But I know a lot of you have come to call this place your second home, and really rely on us to be here for you. And I do apologize for having those doubts in my mind and everything. But the thing I want to say to all of you right now is that I hope that in the next 5 years, I learn from everything that I've experienced in the last 5 years. And doing this montage really made me think about everything. And I hope I don't repeat those mistakes and continue to push forward and continue to make this home better and better. If you guys really look back, if the last 5 years got to this point, I can only imagine what the next 5 years of craziness is going to lead to. And I hope that 5 years from now, I am doing a 10-year video and have more of you with me. Because right now, obviously, because of COVID, I can't have any of you with me here. And just thank you guys. You guys honestly keep pushing me to be a better person, to be a better business owner, and to be more innovative. I've had to definitely stretch my imagination on some of these things. And lastly, before I forget, I couldn't get videos of both Amy and Darius and Fu and Andrew and everyone else on the Gamers Heaven team and family, because we've literally made a second family through here. And I know a lot of you have too. And if it wasn't for all of you, I wouldn't have that. And to be honest, I wouldn't trade my current family, my extended family, and all of you for anyone else. All of you, and I don't mean to sound cheesy, but all of you make bring joy to my life in one way or another. And it's just an absolute pleasure when I see some of you walk in, especially now. For those of you I haven't seen for months, we can just strike up a conversation like that, like it was yesterday. And I really look forward to seeing how all of you will continue to grow in the next 5 years, how everyone evolves in the future and everything. And we'll make up the 5-year party, because we had a lot of things planned and we had a lot of great ideas for the 5-year celebration, but because obviously COVID, we couldn't do any of it. So we'll postpone that to a later date. So we'll like our 6-year anniversary will be the 5-year anniversary like celebration or something like that. But we'll try to do something. We'll make it up to you guys one way or another. So this is me signing out, sending you all the hearts. This is the Korean hearts. Learn something new, guys. Love you guys. See you guys again.